Hi, thanks for joining me. So, a little bit of economic numbers have come out the last day there. It's Canada's balance of trade, which continues to be negative, even though we have a very weak dollar, which generally translates into a positive balance of trade. But lo and behold, because you can't do business in Canada anymore, we still have a negative balance of trade. Just to compare, I mean, here's Italy. They came out the same day. They have a positive balance of trade, and they generally do. It's because that's how they make their money. And Canada generally, historically, always had a positive balance of trade. Once in a while, once a year, it would go negative, but it was very short-lived. This balance of trade has been going on for quite a while, and it was back in Harper's day. It was pretty close to, well, it was positive there, and then even towards the end of his reign, that it started to go down. But I mean, it certainly has not corrected. Trudeau has done nothing to correct this. So anyway, the inflation rate, and this is something that we probably should keep an eye on, because from here on in, I mean, obviously this is March, so this is before the carbon tax was initiated. So I'm going to say that this is going to be getting close to about 3%, which is going to be pretty bad, because first of all, job growth is going to decline very rapidly from here on in. And so where are you going to get the upward rise in wages? You're not. Not with jobs shrinking. It's not. So this is going to really affect us. Whereas in the past, if you had inflation but you had positive job growth, it was more easily absorbed. Now it's not going to be. We're going to feel this more and more all the time, and we're going to start having to make decisions like they do in France, and decide how much to eat, or do we drive to work? I mean, you're going to have to start making those kind of choices pretty soon. Now, the exports have declined again from the previous month. Generally not very robust. Surprisingly, we had an increase to the United States, which I kind of find, I don't know, that must be some temporary thing, because quite frankly, I don't see that continuing. But going to other places around the world, it all seems to be in the negative. We do trade with the United States more than anybody else in the world by a long shot, but the trend is that we're doing less trade. So this is not going to help in the future as well. So really, overall, not very good marks at all. So you see, United States, their performance is still relatively good. Things have not really increased too much in terms of costs and stuff like that. So it's relatively, I mean, their inflation is down compared to ours. And like, look at the new home price index. New homes have staggered as well in Canada. So, we're not getting very good news on any kind of front. Sorry about that. So they say job change 13,200. I just, like, these can be manipulated for sure, but I wonder if it's because of the participation rate is dropping as well, and it's at 65.7. It's dropping. I just don't see, like the employed persons, it looks like it's less by say about 7,000 over the previous month. But they say 13,000 jobs are created. No, there's some numbers that you have to kind of put together, like labor force participation rate, which is dropping that can actually have an influence on your unemployment rate and your jobs. But I mean, it does not look like jobs are very robust either. So I mean, this is not good news. And you know, the employment rate is dropping. There's the employment rate for the previous month, and now it's 61.9. So obviously, there's something not right with those. This job growth number here. You have to take into account other factors, like I said, the labor force participation rate, which is dropping. We are, in actual fact, having less employment than we did before. And you can just tell, just the numbers itself actually state that they're dropping, and I think it's going to be a very much a downward trend from here on in. All right, well that's it for now. Thanks for watching.